How are you doing today?
Doing good, hope you are.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Can you tell us your name?
My name is Daniel Johnson Best.
What do you do, Johnson?
I am a filmmaker. Mostly I've worked on fiction stuff. I've done a couple mock commercials for contests, done a couple of short films for school, but one of my proudest things was, it was actually the very first commercial I ever did. It was for the Mo Film competition. I did a Valspar commercial with using, I think it was the F55, or was it the F55? Or was it the F3?
Valspar one, right?
Yeah, it was the
That's
F3.
the F3.
So yeah, we shot it with the F3, and so that was my first experience with like a big production camera. So I really enjoyed that, and actually I was a finalist in the contest, but unfortunately I didn't win. But I thought that was pretty cool for my first ever commercial. In everything I do, I try and make things entertaining, and I always try and do something that's at least original to me. Because I feel like in today's world, everything you see is just a remake of something that happened 10 years ago, or it's just, I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over. So like everything I do, I try and make it just, even though it might have the same basis as the other things, you're definitely gonna notice the difference between mine and the generic brand. I definitely like using colors, special lighting effects and stuff like that, and I always try and add some type of unreal element to the things I shoot, I don't like everything just being all hunky-dory. And I'm also trying to work more into like the documentary side of filmmaking as well. When you do fiction, it's your story. You've created the idea. Everything is like, you know what's gonna happen. With documentary filmmaking, you don't always know exactly what's gonna happen, because there's that element of you're learning as you go along. You don't know what's gonna happen, so it's kind of like you're watching a movie as you're making the movie, because everything's new to you as well. So that's kind of why I want to start doing that. If I had my choice, I would really love to do sports documentaries. My dream job would be to work for ESPN. I would love to work either doing like live broadcasting of sports games. Like, of course, I love the Hornets and I love the Panthers and I love UNC Chapel Hill. So like if I could work for any of those, that would be fantastic as well. Advertising is something I could really see myself doing, because before I found my way as a filmmaker, I was in school for business. And like my mom was a banker growing up, so like my whole life I've been taught business. So I definitely have that business side of me. So advertising is something I could definitely do. Like my dream would be to be a fiction filmmaker, to be a director one day. But if I end up in advertisement, I'd be just as happy.
It's a big jump from business to film. Tell us about how that happened.
Okay, so business to film. So after I graduated high school, well, I guess I should start in high school. In my high school, you had to choose between 4 different objectives to like learn throughout your school. You had either automotive tech, business, medical, or no, it was just 3. Yeah, so it was just those 3. And so even though I love cars and I like cars a lot, I never really wanted to be a mechanic, even though like that's something I would rather do in my spare time and not as like my main thing. So I chose business. Plus, as I said, my mother was a banker growing up her whole life. Like she started as a bank teller when she was 20 and worked in banks until she was 60. So she every day at school, every life lesson is related to business in some way. So like growing up, she never gave us money. You had to work for everything you got. So I always had that business side of me. So then I went to East Carolina after I graduated high school, and I was in a marketing program. And I was just sitting in the classes, and it's just not my thing. I hate sitting still all day. I hate sitting in a room all day. I can't sit at a desk all day. It's just not me. I love being on set. I love going to places. I love setting up equipment. I love just doing it all. Like, I hate sitting still. So I kind of want to start at a bottom level and work my way up, just because as a director, you have to understand each process of the filmmaking process. I shouldn't use that word twice, but you should know every aspect of what you're doing so you can communicate with everybody, because otherwise you're just gonna look like an asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about, and I always hate those people, so I don't want to be that guy. So.
Do you think you have enough? 3 minutes?
Yeah, I think we got
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Jonathan.
Not a problem.